finding ourselves getting down in the dumps. What does life hold? How can we get our mindsets right? How can we get our motivation levels back?
So I think what's really important is we've got to know that the brain is always making decision in emotion.
What a cool interview this one is today. Luke Hawkins, the Tony Robbins of Australia. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Mate, great to have you on today. Obviously, we're both Tony Robbins fans. Obviously met doing the Platinum Partnership, which has been an amazing year. So great to see that you do, you do basically so much of that mindset work here in Australia.
Yeah.
Thinking of ways that I could give something back to my audience, and I thought of probably the best man to do it with would be yourself.
Yeah.
Because, we're all finding ourselves getting down in the dumps. What does life hold for us? How are we going to live day to day? Some of us, how does the future look next year when, we've lost our job? Or the question is how can we get our mindsets right? How can we get our motivation levels back? How can we really take charge of our lives so that, we're starting to make the right decisions again to get things back on track?
Yeah. So I think what's really important is we've got to know that the brain is always making decision in emotion. Okay. And so if you're in a state of fear or if you're in a state of uncertainty, then it's very hard to make the right decision from that place because you shut access down to the part of the brain that would allow you to make conscious, rational decisions. So for me, I always like to get clear on, is this fear real or is it not real? And it just comes down to finding out the facts, right, of any situation. And, now I think is actually a time of great opportunity for many people. As sad as it is of what's going on in the world, there's also, on the flip side of that, there's also great opportunity for people to also improve their life, their quality of lives. And I think, some people, whether they choose they want to invest in the stock market or shares, or they want to invest in property, or they want to learn how to create a business or to continue to build their business, now is a time where it's more important than ever to be very conscious about, what you want, what do you really want? What is an extraordinary quality of life for you? Where do you want to be financially? Where do you want to be in your business and other areas of your life? And you've got to find a vehicle to get there.
Yeah, I think I've basically said in some previous posts, now is the time to be working on yourself, working on your business, working on your health, working on all the good things that are in your control, so that when we come out of this slumber, that we can really sort of hit the ground running and get things back to where they should be, but maybe not even back to where they should be, maybe back to where they should be for the better, is in a better brand new version. Because most of the time people don't even get to work on their businesses. Most of the time people are working in their businesses, and that's one of the things that I've sort of championed during this time, is to try and get those things that I could control right. And whether it was a rebranding, whether it was on my health and fitness, definitely cut my alcohol right down.
Yeah, I think it's a big point to focus on what you can control and not what you can't, right? And if you look over the history of over the years, like when there's been depressions in the past, there's just been a big, or recessions, there's been a big transition of wealth, and a lot of money moves around. If you want to change your circumstances financially, then I really believe you have to look for opportunity, and the brain is always looking to keep you safe and protect you, but you can't create an extraordinary life while holding on to your safe one. You're going to have to take risks. I think the other core thing that holds people back from changing their finances is one thing universal, is that they all add time, that they all delay. And, you've got to get in the game to win the game. So I think that's important. And if you're in business right now, like, don't take your focus off, seeing that evolve or grow or continue to expand, because it doesn't have to shrink. A lot of businesses are becoming more flexible now. They're becoming more, open to changing the products and services that they offer. They're being more adaptive. So you've got to adapt to the times. Evolution is about adaptation. You can't stay the same and expect to grow. You've got to adapt the way you do things and look for opportunity, look for where people need the value right now and need the help.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time today, Luke.
Yeah, thank you.
That's been great, man. Really appreciate it.
No worries.